junkies? Welcome back to Twin Flicks, where we're here celebrating magic movies and physical media with you. So today we're going to be talking about 1990's Stephen King's Graveyard Shift from Kino Lorber on 4K UHD. Now this 4K is restored from the original 35mm negative, forming a 4K DI with HDR and Dolby Vision grading and the theatrical ratio of 1:8:5:1. Now, Shout Factory did release the Blu-ray back in 2020 or 2021 with just an HD transfer. And what's nice about this 4K is it also includes a reversible sleeve that has the original poster artwork, which I like much better than this rat artwork. So we are going to take a closer look at the 4K UHD from Kino Lorber against Shout Factory's Blu-ray and see if this 4K is really worth the upgrade for this independent horror film. Let's get to it. Alright, so first off, I wanted to address something about this 4K transfer that I've been seeing. I've been seeing many online, especially in 4K groups, being concerned about. And that is with the way the skin looks. Some out there are saying that the skin looks overly shiny or glimmery, and there's something wrong with this transfer. Well, I can say that after taking a look at the 4K, I can assure you there are no problems with the skin tones or the texture of the skin with this 4K. And so there's probably two reasons why some are saying this. One, first of all, Graveyard Shift is a very sweaty looking movie, which makes sense since the movie takes place in an old factory with no AC, down in the bowels of the factory, and it's in the middle of the summer heat. And the many sweaty faces we see make sense then. And also, production-wise, don't forget how scenes and characters were lit during the shoot. I mean, this Shout Factory Blu-ray also clearly showed this as well, and so this glimmering effect, some are saying, is just merely the higher resolution and HDR and grading on the 4K that has drawn out the makeup effects much more, along with all the grime, caked on, dried on, dirt and blood on faces. It's just much more revealing now under the higher 21p resolution. And two, it could also be Dolby Vision. If you have Dolby Vision enabled, try disabling it and see how that looks. Me personally, I don't have Dolby Vision yet, so I wasn't able to check this out. But if you do, and it works, please come back here and let me know. Regardless, either way, there is no issue, no problem with this 4K transfer. Alright, now let's dive into the color reproduction. The HDR and Dolby Vision grading really helps the film, giving a truer sense of a more lifelike colors by opening up the color gamut much wider here. We have clean, vibrant, bold reds that really stand out under the darker atmosphere, and also we have deeper crimson blood reds that carries more nuance. Green and blues are excellent with different variations from light to dark blues. The color palette really springs to life here on this 4K, giving the film much better color ranges and nuances that stay constantly active through the film. Unlike Shout Factory's Blu-ray, where the colors looked faded or pale. Saturation is also applied here, giving some excellent warmth to the image that looks natural without ever looking overly hot, especially when it comes to some of those tan, sun-baked skin. Also, saturation helps giving more balance to different shades and tones of colors throughout the film. The contrast is also handled better, especially with all the dark and low-light scenes in the basement and the creature's dwelling that really comes to life, and also some really nice looking natural lit daylight scenes, where the Blu-ray was a little overexposed. The black levels are a major improvement here with the 4K. And with the use of HDR Dolby Vision grading applied, we have some stunning blacks and shadows that run deep, inky, and look truer black than the Blu-ray offered, that carried some light blacks and also some really heavy crushing out of details in certain areas. The stronger black levels here and shadow details really pulls out more depth and finer details that gives the film a lot more realism now. The black levels is a major reference point here with this 4K. The image quality just looks spectacular. The 2160p resolution gives more finer lines to the image, giving a razor sharp or as sharp as the lenses could capture and clarity as it can be. The 4K also carries much more depth and three-dimensionality now that really helps within the caves and tunnels, and it truly feels like these tunnels and caves go on and on. and the feeding area now looks massive with a mountain of bones. The entire film just now looks much more detailed and lifelike, unlike the Blu-ray that had a very soft and flat, lifeless image to it. The 4K now richly showcases the production design, the creature and makeup effects work, and cinematography, filling the 1:8:5:1 frame, giving a fantastic, truer cinematic experience. Now, as for the film grain, with the Shout Factory Blu-ray, it was pretty much a mess. The grain looked really swarmy and noisy, especially during darker scenes and close-up shots. Now the film grain with this 4K scan presentation looks much cleaner now with no DNR scrubbing. We don't have any swarmy or frozen grain. Instead, the grain field looks tight with a very natural, organic 35mm grain field, giving a fantastic filmic appearance. Alright, now let's dive into the audio presentation of Graveyard Shift on 4K, and the disc includes both a original stereo track and the DTS HD 5.1 mix. Both sound great, but it's definitely the 5.1 mix that is the way to go, and sounds very natural with no new artificial effects added. I mean, this 5.1 mix sounds very impressive for a lower budget 1990 movie. Sound effects are robust and clean and loud with some nice activity in the surrounds. The sound effects of the violence and horror pack a real punch. Smaller ambient noises are crisp and clean as well, and goes throughout the 5.1 discrete channels. The film score also carries some nice weight, and also low ends with the bass. There's some nice rumbles here and there that come through, smooth and never overbearing. The dialogue is clean and clear and easy to follow. This is just an excellent 5.1 surround mix. Alright guys, so my score for Kino Lorber's 4K UHD presentation of Graveyard Shift, I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. This is another home run from Kino Lorber with an excellent 4K video and audio presentation that's a must-own for us horror fans. Well guys, let me know in the comment section, when you look at the differences here between the two formats, the Blu-ray from Shout Factory and the new 4K from Kino Lorber, which do you think looks better? Or do you see much difference at all? Head over to the comment section and let me know. Well, as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Keep physical media alive, and stay tuned for another 4K versus Blu-ray comparison.
Twin Flick presents 4K versus Blu-ray comparisons.